tools for creativity. Morphology. Morphology is another popular technique for generating creative ideas. Morphology technique as a tool for creativity is more about studying change in pattern, shape, appearance, characteristics and properties of every element in the system. Morphology was developed by Fritz Zwicky, the Bulgarian-born astrophysicist at the California Institute of Technology. Zwicky applied morphological analysis in the development of jet and rocket propulsion systems as a problem structuring and problem-solving technique. How it works. Morphology analysis was designed for multi-dimensional, non-quantifiable problems. Using this technique of cross-consistency assessment, it is possible to identify all possible solutions that actually exist, and eliminating the illogical solution combinations. When morphology technique to be used. Morphology can support for creating pool of ideas, for product innovation, and technology innovation as well. This method shows compatibility to consider various technology, mechanisms and power sources, so as to obtain various functionalities. This is achieved through variation in the characteristics of the product. This technique helps in making the product ideas more versatile and flexible to meet customer demand. This technique works good for generating ideas, when you have an idea about what you wish to do, but not clear on how part. Problems challenge us with too many possible solutions, though yet uncovered, only some of solutions may be new and useful. This is a process, where systematic arrangement of appropriate and promising aspects of the situation are considered, and further combining them to identify new and suitable combinations. This is very helpful in defining the system-level solutions for a complex system, and further evaluate as per adaptability, or readiness of subsystems. In morphological technique, object is breakdown in the system, product, or process problem into its essential parameters, or dimensions and to place them in a multidimensional matrix. Then to find new ideas by searching the matrix for creative and useful combinations. Some combinations may already exist, others may not be possible or appropriate. The rest may represent prospective new ideas. But if you can describe a problem situation in terms of its aspects or dimensions, morphological analysis will uncover original and offer innovative solutions. That's why this technique can help in developing feasible technical solution. Morphological analysis can also be referred to as problem solving. It is visually recorded in a morphological overview, often called a morphological chart. This analysis is about exploring all possible solutions to a complex problem. Morphological analysis provides a structured inventory of possible solutions. It is a question of splitting the problem into partial problems and looking at possible options for each part of the problem. In this way, all aspects of a problem are thoroughly investigated. This makes morphological analysis a relatively simple technique that produces good, useful results. Let's see the process for this technique. First step in morphology is to identify the product or technology for which solution is required. Next step is to identify the elements and their values. These elements attribute to the functioning, costing, appearance of the product. More specific solution can be generated by adding few more dimension. Like, in order to address the solution for particular situation, list the things about the situation that can be varied, or changed in some way. Also, to address particular market or people, consider the voice of customer. Select a subset of 2 to 6 elements to investigate further. These will normally be significant parts of the requirement. For each of the element, list possible values they may have, including those away from the conventional values. Values need not to be a numeric value, however need to take care that each value should define unique characteristics. Next step is to put the listed items in the matrix. Matrix visualization helps in getting the spread of available solutions. Further, operation of permutation, combination on individual cell need to be performed. Each permutation, combination obtained are the solution. However, each solution doesn't provide promising ideas. Now, these solutions need to be evaluated against the requirement. It is better to find your own way of combining items from the matrix element lists you have created. It will be a great idea if you can generate the complete statement about the obtained combination matrix element. Sometime it will be difficult to accommodate all the element in single statement, but forcing all items together will improve your creativity. The obtained statements give better idea to judge the obtained solution in terms of value addition to the customer, or the solution you are looking for. Now for the product development people, final step is to identify which core market this solution is addressing. Morphological chart components. Morphological analysis has several concepts, where creation of morphological chart or matrix is one of the prime. Let's see into details of morphological matrix. This is the visual matrix containing so-called morphological cells. In the columns, from top to bottom, the dimensions are set. These dimensions are element and parameter. Element can provide as bigger perspective of the system, like price, appearance. The next column define the another dimension to be considered, that is parameter. Parameter are the individual component of the system. So each element can have number of parameters, and each parameter can have various values. The values corresponding to the parameter are defined in the rows, left to right. The combination of columns and rows creates the cells. In each cell, the value of the various options available is mentioned. The dimensions themselves indicate the viewpoints or characteristics that are related to the problem definition. Now you can go for permutation and combination of the available choice and obtain the solutions. Morphological chart components. Morphological analysis has several concepts, where creation of morphological chart or matrix is one of the prime. Let's see into details of morphological matrix. This is the visual matrix containing so-called morphological cells. In the columns, from top to bottom, the dimensions are set. These dimensions are element and parameter. Element can provide as bigger perspective of the system, like price, appearance. The next column define the another dimension to be considered, that is parameter. Parameter are the individual component of the system. So each element can have number of parameters, and each parameter can have various values. The values corresponding to the parameter are defined in the rows, left to right. The combination of columns and rows creates the cells. In each cell, the value of the various options available is mentioned. The dimensions themselves indicate the viewpoints or characteristics that are related to the problem definition. Now you can go for permutation and combination of the available choice and obtain the solutions. The final stage is to write the obtained solution in a sentence. This is to make more sense, in terms of correlating the functionality obtained from the new solution. Like, the P1_E1, made of V1A material, with P2_E1, have V2_B value, which can be taken out by V2_C method. The P1_E2 can be operated by V4_D mechanism. However, P2_E2 will be reaching to V4_E condition with response of V3_F. Let us see the example. Exercise is done on the container bottle. To obtain the innovative solution for product development, to engage new customer, and expand market. One of the obtained solution is the flexible contender, made of plastic, with glass cover, which can be taken out by toppling the container. The cover can be opened by push force, however, cover will be open but close, with hook-type arrangement. Now, new added feature, opens up the novelty for the application. First, storing liquid in suitcase during travel, because it is flexible, and can form any shape. Second, open but close, concept is something like cold soda bottle, where liquid can take out when topple, but can't take out when complete vertical. This concept can be integrated or modified to take out specific amount of quantity per topple. Third, glass cover can be used for serving drinks. Fourth, Hook-type arrangement can help in clubbing the liquid containers in group, and doesn't need separate container to hold. So, that how the specific market can be addressed with this new solution. So, let's try to explore how this method can be utilized for exploring technology solutions. In particular to the technology development area, some more detailed analysis need to be performed. This is to understand the combined functionality getting added, based on the positive and negative impact made by each component in the system. This may result in improving ideality of the system, or may result in generating harmful function. There is a need to work out on this aspect. Coming back to the idea generation process for technical system, few important things to be considered. This if functionality provided by the individual system, rather than only values, considered in previous method. The step of elements and values identification goes same. Now, instead of considering the value for parameter, functionality provided by various values need to be considered. Since the values are chosen based on the element and parameter, functionality offered by each component in technical system is being traced in the matrix cells. To be more precise, and adaptable to various condition, elements can attribute to the functioning, costing, appearance of the product. More specific solution can be generated by adding few more dimension. Like, in order to address the solution for particular situation, list the things about the situation that can be varied, or changed in some way. Also, to address particular market or people, consider the voice of customer. In next step is, to identify the mechanism to achieve the required functionality. This mechanism can be defined in terms of variation in processes, energy sources, reactions, catalyst, material properties, variation in properties, etc. At this stage in morphological chart, every cells is filled up by the mechanisms to attain functionality required by technical system. Further, same process need to be followed. That is, operation of permutation, combination on individual cell. Each permutation, combination obtained are the solution. To be more creative, you can further go down and generate the same matrix for individual cell, obtained in the first matrix. Especially, if you are looking for technology development, you need to focus more on the functionality offered by system, subsystem or component, as an element. In this case various mechanisms need to be identified to perform the functionality. For the ideas, which are not feasible, do not worry, as they may be developed at a later stage, or used to trigger other creative possibilities. This method shows a great potential, and need to be adapted and modified based on the organization culture. For example, morphology method can be implemented in the brainstorming session, and give a flavor of 7 hats concepts, to get more creativity as output.